Hey guys, welcome to APG. My name's Alex, and today is March 1st, Friday, so you know what that means. It's the gaming news of the week. Let's begin with the movie department. James Gunn took to Instagram yesterday, February 29th, to show off that they're finally beginning the filming of Superman Legacy, and on Superman's birthday, no less, February 29th. He shared a picture on social media and told us that the name for the movie has been confirmed as just Superman. He dropped off the legacy, so it's just Superman. So yeah, let's see what James Gunn has in store for us in the DC universe with this Superman movie. A little bit sad that it's not Henry Cavill. Hopefully it's someone that can fill in his shoes, because to me, he was the best Superman. Next up, we have Dragon Ball FighterZ is set to debut digitally on PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S on February 29th, so yesterday. It was available as a free digital upgrade for those that have the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One version of the game, so you don't have to buy anything. This is a free update from Bandai Namco, and that is great news for anybody who has the game. Dragon Ball FighterZ what is a great fighting game, 2D, 3D fighting that wasn't done in the Dragon Ball franchise before until now, and it's a pretty good game. So good on Bandai Namco that they gave us the PS5 and Xbox updates for free. Thank you. Now we're moving on to Sony. Sony announced on Tuesday that its decision to reduce its global PlayStation workforce by 900 employees, which is about 8% of their entire workforce. The layoffs will have an impact across all regions of Sony Interactive Entertainment, with the closure of its in-house London studio. They're responsible for the very popular competitive singing game SingStar. Jim Ryan, president, expressed gratitude for the contributions of the affected employees, acknowledging their talent and role in the company's success. However, he emphasized the need to adapt to a changing landscape in the industry if they ever want to be here in the future. This decision comes in the wake of Sony's downward revision of sales forecast for the year of the PlayStation 5, indicating that the PS5 it's in its later stages of its life cycle. If you ask me, I don't know why I guess it's almost they released in 2020, so it's been 4 years, and they do it every 7 years. But I don't think they've done everything they can with the PS5. Anyway, this is horrible news that they're just letting go 900 employees and shutting down a studio. At the beginning of this year, a bunch of giant tech companies did the same. So I guess it's not uncommon for them to do this. But still, it's sad that a bunch of people are losing their jobs. Keeping up with Sony news, they announced on their PlayStation blog that they are working on PC compatibility with their PSVR2. While the original PSVR had no compatibility with PC, although hackers did find a way to connect it, I believe. So there's no official means of doing it, but if you want, you can do it by unofficial means. But they're making the PSVR 2 compatible with PC. In their blog post, they said, "We're pleased to share that we are currently testing the ability for PSVR 2 players to access additional games on PC to offer even more game variety in addition to the PSVR titles that are available on the PS5. We hope to make this support available in 2024, so stay tuned for more updates." Hopefully they come up with this update in this year. It doesn't get backtracked to another year. I'm guessing they might be doing this because Sony doesn't support the PSVR. There's only a handful of titles, like 40 games, I believe, when it launched last year, and it really hasn't been doing much since. Sure, they release a title every now and then, but is it really, the step forward that they wanted? I don't think Sony is really getting what it needs out of the PlayStation VR 2, and they just need to maybe do something with it. Not do like the PS Portal. It doesn't do anything other than stream your PlayStation, which is useless because you can do that on your phone. So remember a while ago that I mentioned that there was a Star Wars FPS shooter game in the works, and it was set to maybe have a Mandalorian protagonist at the helm of a Star Wars game? That sounds amazing. Well, too bad. EA has announced that a significant restructuring effort will lead to approximately 670 employees, or about 5% of their workforce, to be out of a job. As part of this reorganization, the Star Wars FPS that I just mentioned at Respawn has been canceled, so we'll never get a Mandalorian game for now, hopefully in the future. Following CEO Andrew Wilson's announcement of the layoffs, EA Entertainment President Laura Miele shared a memo with the staff, providing further insight on the company's future. She revealed that EA is discontinuing development on any early-stage Star Wars action games as part of its ongoing commitment to its own IPs and continued support for its existing titles. The memo wrote, "While it's always difficult to end a project, this decision is not a reflection of the team's skills, dedication, or enthusiasm for the game. Delivering the next chapters of beloved franchises is the essence of blockbuster storytelling and where our focus should be." Details about, like I said, about the FPS game of Star Wars are pretty scarce, but like I said, it was supposed to be a Mandalorian protagonist. The fate of EA Star Wars games remains uncertain. Their decision is driven partly by the industry's growing emphasis on large open worlds, expansive communities, and live service games. It's anticipated that the teams that were doing the Respawn game maybe will be put somewhere else. Like they'll still be doing the Iron Man game, the Black Panther game, and they also sort of announced that Star Wars Jedi 3 is in the works. So thank God that game is still there, because Star Wars Jedi is a really good game and they should finish the story. Next up, we have Embracer Group is set to offload Saber Interactive to a private investor in a transaction that is valued around $500 million. Following the completion of the deal, Saber Interactive will transition into a privately held entity with around 3,500 employees. And the most important part of this is that the company intends to proceed with development of Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic remake, a project that was transferred to them from the previous subsidiary, Aspire. So this is great news because Embracer Group is selling and getting rid of stuff because they bet big and they lost. You know, the big CEOs bet big and they lost, and everyone else is suffering because they don't know how to do their job. So like I said, this is good because we still get Star Wars The Old Republic remake. Hopefully they'll continue to make the game, and it will be released sometime in the near future, hopefully maybe in a year or two. So this is some bad news for those of you that have been playing Crash Team Rumble. The game is ceasing support as Toys for Bob has gone independent from Activision. The game's final update is scheduled for March 4th, and although the servers will remain operational indefinitely, there will be some notable changes. The Battle Pass will become free, microtransactions will be disabled, and there will be no Season 4. Season 3 will be the last, in which we saw Spyro coming to Crash Team Rumble. Now, the reason because of this is, like I said, Toys for Bob is going independent, and they were the ones that gave the support to Crash Team Rumble. But in the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard, they decided to go independent. Now, this is good for Toys for Bob. You know, they can do whatever they want. They don't have to close themselves off to just one game, and they can continue to make great games. So yeah, hopefully Toys for Bob can rise up from this and continue to make games. Now, to wrap this all up, Pokemon Presents was held this week, and they showed a bunch of new stuff coming to the Pokemon world. Some new games have been announced, some new events. So let's, just dive right in. Let's begin with the first one. They revealed that they were going to do 3 Terra raids for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They were gonna do these terror raids as an anniversary for the releases of Pokemon Red and Green, all the way in Japan. The terror raids are Mighty Venusaur that ends on March 5th, Blastoise that begins in March 6th and ends March 12th, and you can get again the Mighty Charizard, which begins on the 13th and ends on March 17th. They showed us that the Pikachu with the captain hat from the Pokemon anime is gonna make its way to Pokemon Go. So if you want that Pikachu hat from the anime, you can capture it in Pokemon Go, I believe, between March 5th and March 11th. So you have about 6 days to catch the Pikachu. In addition to this collaboration event, you can also catch Charcadet, Armarouge, and Celerouge, all of which came from the Paldea region, and now they're making their way into Pokemon Go. The third thing that they showed us was the Pokemon trading card game is going mobile again. They showed us Pokemon trading card game Pocket, which they just showed you that you could open some TCG packets in the game. You know, it has beautiful animations. You can go inside the card. It looks very pretty, but they really didn't show anything else about it. Pokemon TCG already has a game that you can play the TCG online called Pokemon TCG Live. Before that, we had Pokemon TCG Online, which in my experience, that one was better, but obviously that one was like 12 years old and they really didn't update it until Pokemon TCG Live came out. Then that one went completely under, and now we all have to use Live. They say that the game will be out sometime this year for iOS and Android, but like I said, no other details have been mentioned. They briefly showed Pokemon Sleep, that Raikou was coming to Pokemon Sleep, and the biggest announcement that they showed for Pokemon Presents was Pokemon Legends ZA. So obviously, no gameplay trailer was shown other than it will be set in the city of Lumiose, and it's in the Kalos region. And I don't care what anybody says, but I loved X and Y. I always felt that they never completed the story with Zygarde, but I'm so happy that they're going back to Pokemon Z and continuing the story or whatever they're gonna do. I'm just excited for it. And it's Pokemon Legends. Pokemon Legends Arceus was an amazing game, and to me it's the best Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch, hands down. A little bit sad that there's no PvP, but I guess they had to do it. They didn't have to do it, but they should have included it. Hopefully they'll include it here, and there's no other details other than this amazing trailer. And the best thing ever, Mega Evolutions are back, and that is the best Pokemon gimmick there is. No Z moves, no Gigantamax, no nothing. Mega Evolutions. Hopefully they can give a Mega Evolution to Flygon, but we'll just have to wait and see. Also, this game will not be out until 2025, so that means this year we are not getting any Pokemon game at all. And it makes you think, if it's going to be released sometime in 2025, will it be a release launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever they want to call it? We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, thank you for joining me in this week's gaming news video. My name's Alex, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.